In today's Strategy Sunday video, I want to be going over a 15-minute time frame strategy for Bitcoin. It's a very simple strategy. It's a long-only strategy. You can apply to other things as well, although you probably want to make some, minor tweaks and whatnot here and there. But it only uses two indicators. Very, very simple. Very, very simple. And of course, you can iterate on top of this, but it uses the PMARP, freely available on TradingView, and then also the Krown VMP, formerly known as the Jewel Light, which comes a part of the Krown Quant automation service, which is actually the same tool that we use to do this automated backtesting. And yes, you can also use that same tool to automate trade execution. The reason why I'm really showcasing it today is to give you another, first person look at what's going on, because it is on sale. No, it's not even on sale. It's free. It's free for the first month with the code Midsummer100. Midsummer in all capitals and then 100. You can actually use that same code across any one of the other services that we have in our Teachable store for 20% off. But this one gets you 1 month free. Again, the reason why I'm doing this, or the reason why we're doing this, is really because I strongly believe that anyone who sees these tools firsthand is going to be like, fuck all this other stuff. I'm getting directly into this. At least if you're more systematically minded. Of course, I understand that there are discretionary traders out there. Probably not going to be for you. If you just prefer to do things by hand, that's all good. No judgment there. But it's probably not going to be a good fit. If you are more systematically minded, particularly like myself, then I think it makes a lot of sense. So let's kind of showcase what's going on here. As far as the equity curve goes, you can see that this one has been nice and up and to the right. There certainly could be some more optimizations on top of this, but I like to leave things in kind of like a decent state, but not a fully optimized state, just to allow other people to kind of put their own preferences and spin on it. But what we can see here is that this one has been particularly tested all the way from January 1st of 2020 to, the current day. And what does that mean? It means it's been tested in multiple different market cycles. It's been tested in the 2021 bull cycle, the 2022 bear cycle, several black swans in between, FTX, Luna, 3AC, the Rona dump, all of these sort of crypto shenanigans that we get just by virtue of being in this beautiful and very, very normal market. So yes, it's done decently there. We're most interested in, of course, the profit factor and percent profitable, that being 68% or just over 68% of these closing profitably, with the profit factor as 1.26. So decent over time. Not anything like super crazy, but decent, or at least by my estimation. Of course, everyone's free to put their own spin on that. Anyway, so let's go now into some of the last trades here. I just want to show what this actually looks like from trade, open to trade close. These are very short-term trades, very small scalps for the most part here, but it's just the repetitions of doing that over and over again, and that's really the benefit of using this tool. Is that if you do want it to execute automatically on your behalf, then, who cares? I mean, it's just doing it in the background, and it's just that continuous taking of trades with that edge is where the real gains are. Not necessarily that any of these particular trades are like massive winners on their own. It's just doing that over time leads to results. Crazy, fucking crazy. No, but I want my 1000x on my shitcoin XYZ right now. Well, it's not going to do too well at that. Anyways, you can see here, it takes some losses, takes some gains. That's what it is at the end of the day. But now I want to go into the actual strategy checklist so we can go down the list of how to actually play this out. You can use the same strategy even without these tools. You just have to execute it yourself. It's completely fine. It's up to you. But basically, we'll go down it right now. And first things first, what time frame are we looking at? 15-minute time frame. What side of the market are we going to be trading? This one's going to be long only. What are we going to be using for our main sources of edge, aka what indicators are we employing in this strategy? We're going to be using the VMP, or also known as the Jewel Light, although we did add a few more things to that, and then the PMARP. Settings for these indicators are listed right here. For the VMP, it's basically just default, just smoothing factor 1 is the only thing that we need to be concerned with on that particular one. And then the PMARP, we're using a 21 period EMA 350 look back. I'll show you very quickly on the chart right here what that would actually look like in terms of this. Again, make sure it's actually PMARP. Boom, 21 EMA, look back 350. Okay, all right. We're not herpity derp, so we get it from there, which is good. gonna keep on. I'm gonna abuse that word from now on. And then again, just for the VMP, I do have some visual changes here, but that doesn't change any of the actual output. Again, smoothing factor 1. That is what we are most concerned with in order to execute this properly. All right, moving on from there. What defines a risk management parameter? We're gonna be using Lux algo. We want to see a close below the trend low. So this is actually a very lenient way of doing risk management. Could also employ just a straight up percentage loss as well. 2 to 3% I do think is fine. You're going to actually find that doesn't get hit that often, but what happens on the losing trades is that the PMARP take profit condition will actually get hit, and that's how a lot of the time you'll take losses. Then for the bigger ones, it'll be that condition, or again just that trend low based off of the Lux algo. Again, that's free. The Lux algo is freely available on TradingView. Just type in over here. Whoops, wrong thingy. Let me get up the actual indicators Lux. Boom, Lux algo support. Support in derp, or actually just type in support and it should pop up like that. Let's see. There we go. It's this one right here with over 20,000 likes. All right. Okay, cool. So we've gotten through that. Let's go back into it. How positions be entered. So we want to see that the VMP fast, so just this moving portion right here, is white. It has to be white on that first tick. And we want to see that it is below 38, actually below or equal to 38, while PMARP is simultaneously below 50. So 38 on the VMP would be where, well, just reference right-hand side. It's actually pretty much on this exact line right here. Just put a nice green horizontal bar right there. So it has to be below there and white for this condition to be valid. And then the PMARP must be below 50 percentile simultaneously. All these conditions must be true simultaneously for it to fire off an entry. We'll just go over a very quick example right here for an entry, which you can already see on the chart that it did enter right there. It's a very, very small trade, but we can see below 38, turning white right there, confirmed on that one. And we can see right here, the PMARP is obviously below that green horizontal bar. So both of those conditions are present. You're probably asking yourself, why is this one not? Because I saw that the VMP condition is met. Well, that's because the PMARP condition is not met right here. You can see on that particular closure, it was above 50 percentile actually. So, so no bueno, no good right there. Anyways, moving on from there, let's go back into the checklist and we're going to talk about now how to take profit, or like I said, in some cases, this actually will be a lose. This will actually be how you lose most of your trades through this condition actually right here as well. It's basically the take profit and risk management mostly in one. Yes, there are other conditions for risk management just because, you have to have that. Can't let any one particular trade just absolutely demolish your account. That's no way to fucking do it. But when the PMARP is just simply above 77, take the profit or the loss wherever price is. We just take it out. So 77 is right here. You can see that soon after this particular entry, we do see that first closure above that level. And what do you know? It's a little small profitable trade. In terms of price, this one did go up about 250 to 300 bucks. So not bad right there. That is kind of like one of the big advantages of trading an asset that is trading, for 60,000 plus, right? Is that, even a very, very small trade can still have, big dollar consequences. Anyways, moving on from there, I do have a few considerations for this one, a few optimizations that I would strongly suggest putting on, because without them, this I don't think will be nearly as profitable. Maybe it might not even be at all profitable. But the first one is to have a trend filter. What I mean by trend filter is that if this time frame's particular trend is not in a certain direction, then that can disqualify, a trade. So one of the conditions that we have here is that the hourly time frame must have an uptrend as defined by the 21 versus 55 exponential moving average cross, meaning that the lower period must be above the higher period in order for that to be, satisfied. And if that is satisfied, then it green lights all the other entry conditions that we looked at earlier. The other conditions that I strongly suggest considering, although you might be able to play around with these a little bit, is to omit the trading days of especially Thursday and Sunday, that's almost always going to make any long strategy on timeframes under an hourly better. But even Tuesday, I did find made this one, it kind of actually did take away a little bit from the net profit, but I did like how it made it more efficient. Again, that's a preference call. And like I said earlier, these are templates that are made to be iterated off of, not to just blindly copy like a herpity derp. Don't be a fucking herpity derp. Because obviously if everyone's just doing the same damn things, probably it's not gonna work for too long. I can assure you of that. If you get like actually too many people doing the same thing, we have tested that, doesn't work all that well. So that is also why we leave it right here. And again, naturally people have different preferences, so you're gonna want to represent that in your setup. Anyways, yeah. So that's basically it. Very, very simple right there. Very, very simple. We can go over a few more particular trades, I suppose. Or actually, I don't know. Do we even really need to do that? I mean, there's one right here. Let's just go right through it. I mean, it's pretty fucking obvious, right? Below 38, turning white, confirmed on this first tick right here. Okay, is our PMARP condition met? Yes, on that same red vertical bar. It's still well below 50 percentile. Okay, it's like obviously this is actually a Sunday, so... or sorry, this would still be considered a Saturday. So yeah, the green light is still right there. We enter right here, boom. And when does PMARP go above and close above 77 percentile? It would be right here. Yes, it crosses through there, obviously, but the closure before there is significantly below, and then the current closure, it was a massive step up. So yes, that's literally just one data point between here and here. So this would be the correct closure. Boom, that's exactly what our algo says, and we would have entered in at 69,050, I should say, and exited at 69,350 basically. So yeah, not bad, especially for, let's actually see how long of a trade this was. 4 hours worth of work, and well, really your bot should be doing it anyway. So yeah, going back to the main page right here, again, you can get all of this literally for free for the first month. And I do expect, there's gonna be a lot of people who jump in and just jump out, whatever, man. But for the people who are like actually a little bit more serious about trading, really wanted to do this for you just because I really do think that it gives you a really good look at how this can be. And, I think it's quite, at least in my opinion, quite difficult to go back to discretionary trading after experiencing systematically based trading and also, automated execution. I mean, that's just kind of a given. Now, for the automated execution, it does require a third party to do that service. You can get around it in some ways, but personally, I think that using the third party is just a better option. But if you just want to get your feet wet and you don't want to commit, too much money, then you can definitely do the free options, which we also cover in the tutorials. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Again, there's just another day left, one more day left, and then after that, we might run this same promo again. It's possible. We'll see how it goes after this after this first month. But yeah, that's where I'll leave it for today. Again, if you're interested in this, check it out. There is a link in the description below. It actually comes with a shit ton of other indicators as well. In fact, I have a list of them all right here. It comes with obviously what we call the SKX, the skeleton key external. That is literally the strategy tester portion of this. But then as far as other indicators, the Krown VMP, the stochastic, the Fibonacci, the trend wave catalyst, and we actually have a few more that are probably coming out relatively soon. So that's where I'll leave it for right now. As always, I want to wish you the best. If you're interested in this, you got one more day, and Midsummer 100, Midsummer in all capitals. Actually, just type it out for you one last time, just to make sure. All right, Midsummer 100. There you go. That same code works on any one of the other services as well, which you may or may not be interested in. So we'll end it right there. As always, take care, much love, and see you hopefully tomorrow.